Namaste everyone. In today's video, we're going to focus on Muni Patanjali's Yoga Sutra 4.29. Now in this particular Yoga Sutra, we're formally being introduced to the word Dharmamegha Samadhi, and we're being taught what exactly is required to be qualified for Dharmamegha Samadhi and what are the prerequisites and processes that you need to complete and fully be aware of. So let's take a good look at the sutra, start breaking it up word by word and understanding step by step what this stands for and what exactly it means. So the sutra itself goes Prasankhyane pyakusi dasya sarvatha vivekakhyate dharmamegha samadhihi. So this is the sutra itself. Now let's take a deeper look and understanding at the words, what the words stand for, what they mean, and then let's keep going deeper and further in. So the first word over here is prasankhyana. Right? So this is a compound word once again. The first thing here is pra, which basically means prakash or prakashena with a lot of intensity. And then we're told sam or sampurna, which means something that is whole. And then we have khyana, the act of knowing. So three compound words coming together to form this heavy, quite heavy, but very impactful word, prasankhena. And it means basically the thorough and the complete knowledge in something, right? So very intense depth and knowledge of something. Then coming to the next word, we have api, which means even. And the next word is akusida. So this is also a pretty interesting word because it basically means somebody that is not taking an undue interest or benefit. So doing it in a respectful way, not taking more than is required. So that is basically somebody that's obviously very conscientious, because having that sense of understanding, not taking more than required, requires you to be stable and secure. Then coming to the next word, we have sarvatha, which means in every way, in every sense of the word. The next word is viveka, which means discrimination between purusha and chitta, or purusha and prakriti. So this is a very essential viveka knowledge that arises in the yoga sadhak. And then we have khyati, of course, which means knowledge or realization. And viveka khyati often appears as a compound word that we study and understand. Then coming to the next word, we have Dharmamegha and finally Samadhi. So Dharmamegha is the name of the stage in the Samadhi, and later on we're going to understand what could be a possible meaning of the Dharmamegha and why it's called that. So now that we know a little bit about each of the words and their meanings, let's start understanding what exactly is the sutra trying to tell us. Now, the sutra is saying that this type of a Dharmamegha Samadhi state is only reached by that yogi who has a deep intensity and a deep depth of understanding of yogic knowledge. That's number one. Secondly, he or she has viveka khyati in every way possible, very strong understanding of the difference between purusha and prakriti. And finally, a very conscientious mindset and an ability to not take more than is required and to not be using something that is not required to be used, so using things in a conscientious way, which we understood with akusida, and that is something that kind of differentiates or delineates the yoga sadhak to us. So this is what the sutra is trying to tell us, and it's like giving us an outline as to what would make Dharmamegha Samadhi really Dharmamegha Samadhi in its true essence. So these are all the meanings of the words, and now let's go even deeper within it and start to understand thematically and at a deeper level what the sutra is trying to communicate. So now, essentially, for a yoga sadhak to move this deep within the practice and to reach a stage like Dharmamegha Samadhi, that yoga sadhak would have really crossed a lot of different hurdles and levels, past all those obstacles. So let's think about what some of those obstacles could have been. Well, the yoga sadhak needs to have a very strong level of detachment or vairagya, something that we have studied all the way in the first chapter. Without this, the yoga sadhak will constantly keep getting attached to the sanyam, the vibhutis and the powers that he or she develops. So clearly, if a person or a yoga sadhak is able to reach this deeply within their yoga practice, they are likely to have overcome these obstacles. They might probably not be attached at all to the process of sanyam. They have guna vaitrishnya, vairagya levels where they're not even interested, in a lot of worldly things. They have risen above that. And they're able to very strongly display that they're not even attached to the viveka khyati. They're not even attached to the knowledge of the difference between Purusha and Prakriti. And not only that, they're also very strongly detached from the benefit that is going to come. So what is being indicated here is that once a person is so close in Dharmamegha Samadhi, that time they don't even have the desire to come out of the cycle of birth and death, because they're so deep in it. They're really doing it for the process and not for the result, that now it doesn't even matter what happens next, because they've come so close to the realization as they were working through the process that their desire to come out of the cycle of birth and death is also no longer there. No vasanas, no desires. And because of that, it probably actually happens in that direction, because you continued the process and then eventually because of that you reach the goal that you had initially maybe started out with. So that is Dharmamegha Samadhi and all the hurdles and obstacles that a yoga sadhak would have overcome to actually reach this kind of a stage. Now, something more important that we need to kind of take a moment to focus on and understand is that the Nirbija Samadhi, once again, has culminated into the Dharmamegha Samadhi. So of course, again, the yoga sadhak has overcome the distractions, the hurdles of Nirbija Samadhi, those gaps that we were talking about have been overcome. And only then, after that level of consistency and dedication and abhyas, can a person reach this kind of a stage of Dharmamegha Samadhi. Now, an attempt has been made to understand what is Dharmamegha, such a unique word. What does it mean? Why have we chosen this word to signify such an important stage of the yogic journey? And what the commentators have tried to explain in the books that we follow and the publications that we look at are essentially that what is happening here is probably dharma is being referred to as essential understanding of the self that pervades all religions, all castes, creeds. It doesn't matter, it's a human essence, and that is described as dharma. And then megha very often represents rain or clouds, the rainy season. So one can assume that essential understanding of the dharma, the unity amongst all, it really comes down like rain and takes over the understanding of the yoga sadhak. And so it's like you were renewed, you were reborn through that understanding of dharma, almost coming in like rain, torrential rain into your body and into your understanding. So that's one way of looking at it, and that's how Dharmamegha has been explained in some of the books. So we chose to go with that understanding of it. Several other books give some more meanings of dharma being probably seen more like a religion or seen more like essential qualities of something. But we felt that this meaning probably made the most sense and also gave a really nice joyful impact. And I feel when Dharmamegha Samadhi was being named, perhaps it had a really deep meaning just like this one. So this is it for Sutra 4.29, where we are now introduced to the Dharmamegha Samadhi. And in the following sutras, we just have 5 more to go. We're going to be talking about deeper levels of Kaivalya and what this ultimate practice of yoga is all about. So stay tuned for those videos that are going to be coming up. And until then, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. drop your comments in the comment section below, and also don't forget to share this video with your friends and family, as well as subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to be notified every time we release videos. We look forward now to seeing you in the next video, class, course or workshop, links for which will be in the description, and we cannot wait to see you very soon. So until then, take care, keep practicing, and we're going to see you in the next one. Namaste.